Indonesia has a rich and complex history that spans thousands of years. The earliest known human habitation in the region dates back to around 40,000 BCE, with successive waves of migration and settlement by various ethnic groups. By the 7th century CE, several powerful Hindu and Buddhist kingdoms had emerged in the archipelago, including the Sailendra and Srivijaya empires. These kingdoms controlled trade and exerted significant cultural influence on the region. The Buddhist Srivijaya Empire was the most powerful. It controlled much of the maritime Southeast Asia trade route, that included parts of modern-day Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. In the 16th century, the Dutch began colonizing Indonesia, which they controlled for more than 300 years. The Dutch East India Company established trading posts and implemented a system of forced labor and economic exploitation. The Dutch also implemented a policy of ethical policy which aimed to improve the lives of the people, but it was primarily intended to serve Dutch interests. During World War II, Japan occupied Indonesia, but after the war, the country declared its independence from the Dutch in 1945. The country was led by Sukarno and later by Suharto, who ruled as dictator from 1965 to 1998. During Suharto's rule, the country experienced significant economic growth and modernization, but also human rights abuses and suppression of political dissent. In recent years, Indonesia has become one of the world's largest economies and has made significant progress in areas such as democracy, human rights, and economic development. However, the country still faces a number of challenges, including poverty, corruption, and separatist movements in some regions. Indonesia is a vast country with a diverse population, with more than 17,000 islands and 300 different ethnic groups, each with its own distinct culture, language and customs. The country's history is a complex and fascinating blend of influences from ancient kingdoms, colonial powers, and modern nation building. Islam is the dominant religion in Indonesia, with around 87% of the population identifying as Muslim. The majority of Muslims in Indonesia follow the Sunni branch of Islam, but there are also significant numbers of Shia, Ahmadiyya, and Sufi Muslims. The largest Muslim organizations are Nahdlatul Ulama and Muhammadiyah, which are traditionalist and modernist respectively. Christianity is the second largest religion in Indonesia, with around 10% of the population identifying as Christian. The majority of Christians in Indonesia are Protestant, but there are also significant numbers of Catholics. Hinduism and Buddhism are also present in Indonesia, with around 2% and 1% of the population identifying as Hindu and Buddhist, respectively. Hinduism is particularly strong in Bali, which has a distinct Hindu culture, while Buddhism is mainly found among the Chinese Indonesian community. Finally, there are followers of traditional animist beliefs, who make up less than 1% of the population. These beliefs are often combined with elements of other religions, such as ancestor worship or animism in combination with Islam. Indonesia's constitution guarantees freedom of religion, and the government recognizes 6 official religions: Islam, Protestantism, Catholicism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Confucianism. However, there have been some incidents of religious intolerance and discrimination in the country in recent years, particularly against religious minorities such as Ahmadiyya Muslims, Shia Muslims, and Ghafatar. In summary, Indonesia is known for its diverse religious landscape, with the largest Muslim population in the world, as well as significant numbers of Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, and followers of traditional animist beliefs. Despite the constitutional guarantees, there have been instances of religious intolerance and discrimination in recent years. Indonesia is rich in natural resources, with a diverse range of minerals, forests, and agricultural land. One of the most important resources in Indonesia is oil and natural gas. The country has significant reserves of both, and is a major producer in the region. Oil is mostly found in Sumatra, Kalimantan and offshore areas, while natural gas is mainly found in Aceh, East Kalimantan, and offshore areas. The oil and gas sector is a major contributor to the country's economy, accounting for around 10% of its GDP. Indonesia is also a major producer of coal, with some of the largest coal mines in the world. The country's coal reserves are primarily located in Kalimantan and Sumatra. Coal is a major source of energy for the country and is also exported to other countries. Indonesia is also rich in minerals, including copper, gold, nickel, tin, and bauxite. The country has some of the largest copper and gold mines in the world, and is a major producer of nickel and tin. These minerals are mostly found in Sulawesi, Kalimantan, and Papua. Indonesia is also known for its forests, which are a major source of timber and other forest products. The country has the third largest area of tropical forests in the world, and is a major producer of paper, plywood, and other forest products. The forests also play a critical role in maintaining biodiversity and regulating the climate. Indonesia also has a large agricultural sector, which is a major source of food for the country and also provides a significant amount of export revenues. The country is a major producer of rice, palm oil, rubber, and other crops. In summary, Indonesia is rich in natural resources, including oil, natural gas, coal, minerals, forests and agricultural land. These resources play a significant role in the country's economy, with oil and gas, coal, and minerals being major contributors. The country also has a large agricultural sector that provides food for the country and exports. The forests are also important for biodiversity and regulation of climate. In conclusion, Indonesia is a country with a rich and diverse culture, history, and natural resources. Despite some challenges, Indonesia has made significant progress in recent years in areas such as democracy, human rights, and economic development. Understanding Indonesia's history, culture, religion, and natural resources is key to understanding its present and future.